Hello, and I'm presenting the final product for the database course. My name is Fabian Mahdi, and I created an e-commerce website where users can create listings with certain categories on certain locations, and other users can view those listings. Here you can see my ER diagram. So we have users, which contain rows. Every one of these blocks is a separate table. Then we have listings, which contain a product type, a contract type, and a location. And then we have orders. Orders are basically contain one listing and are sold by one user and bought by another user. Currently, it's only possible to sell. So while this buying stuff is already in the database, it is not implemented yet. So let's take a look at how it looks. Let's log out. So basically, we can log in, or we have to log in. There are two types of users. There are administrative users and normal users. Let's log in as an administrative user. Here we have a bunch of options. We can edit all these metadata. For example, rows. We have two rows. If we go to our data, we have two rows, and we can create another row, and we can edit this role if we want, and we can delete it. So basically the admin can choose what kind of roles are possible. Currently we have two roles, as I said, we have admin users and we have normal users. Now it's deleted. The same thing goes for, let's maybe start here, contracts. These are the type of contracts that the users can choose. Rental, purchase, and service. And again, we can create, if we go to a bunch of tables here, contract types, we have now a test. Again, we can edit it, test one, and again we can delete it. So I don't want to add another contract type. As for products, I just generated a list, in this case of construction equipment, and I just put it in a database. So we have now a bunch of different product types. Again, test type, we can add one. See, there now here's the test type. If we were to look at product types on the next page, we can see our test type here. And again, as with all the other tables, we can just delete it. And obviously update it. Let's show this update. Let's call this test type 1. Test type 1 down here. And test type 1 also down. But let's delete it for now. And then we have locations. I again took a long list of locations and just pasted it in my database. These are all locations in the US. I got this list online. And again, we can this was an update from earlier, we can just update it, we can create it, test country, test state. If you look at the very bottom, we can see our test country and our test state. And again, it is in the database also. Let's delete it. And we have, did I miss anything? Users. Yes, I have two users here, already created. Here you can see first name, last name, the username, the email, and here is the user role. So one user is the normal user role, one is the admin user role. We can create another user. Let's just put some test values in. Let's call this user 2, password, some email, and let's make this user a user. And let's submit, and we see we have our user 2. And obviously we can delete them again. Let's first show it. Put it is here. Our user 2 with our foreign key to the user table or to the rows table. We can delete them and these away. but I want to actually create them. So let's create it again. And obviously this drop-down uses our roles. So if we were to create a role, new role, and we then want to create a user, we can now choose the new role if we want. But I don't want to do this right now. Now let's log out. Let's log in as a user. So let's log in as our first user. We can see listings. So we can here create listings, and we can see all existing ones. Currently there are 0 listings. Yes, so let's give it a title. This is my new cool product that I want to sell. Let's give it some price. And now here I can choose my option. I want to purchase it, or I want other people to purchase it, not to rent it, or also not a service. Then we can see here our categories. Let's just select one category. Then we can see here our locations. Let's just use this location, and now we can submit. And we can see here the format is not that beautiful, but the seller is username. This is how we are logged in. The title, new product that I want to sell. Price 1000. It's a purchase contract. This is the product type, and this is the location. And if we then now select, we can see it is in there the appropriate foreign keys. Yes, let's log in as another user. For this we need to log out as a user 2 that we just created. We can obviously see this listing. Let's just call another product, some price. Let's just leave it like this, and now we can see the seller here is user 2 because we are currently logged in as user 2. We can see all the other data here. Now ideally it would be possible to buy this, but this is not implemented yet. And obviously these options correspond to the values in the database. So for example here with rental purchase service, if I were to now log in as the admin again, go into our contract types, add a new contract type, log out, go as a user, go here, and we can see we can now choose this new contract type. Yes, and that is basically the whole application. And let's just